Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 21st. This week, we are going to jump right in here, Libra, and we are going to see what is coming up for you here, Libra. Just want to get a good shuffle going on this, but we are going to take a look at just your current general energies here. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time, Libra. And again, if you want to know how to do that, just there is a pinned comment down below, and in that pinned comment, I show you how. There's a video that shows you how to find your sun, moon, and rising. I'm losing my voice already here, Libra, but let's see what is going on for you. Libra, you start off with this journey card here, so I do feel like you're about to go on some sort of journey. You do have the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is a card of expansion. You also have the Knight of Swords, which can be a card of movement as well. So I feel for some of you, you could be kind of like moving around, you could be traveling, or you could be on some sort of journey. Again, I think sometimes people forget that like a journey can be building a business, a journey could be writing a book, a journey could be exercising as well, because it's like if you're on the journey of weight loss, you could be on a journey. So I feel like some of you are just kind of like on a journey here. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of help from people around you here that with this community energy. Again, to me in the astrology, it's very important that we work with other people, or that we allow other people to help us, because there's just like a lot of good community energy in the astrology. So don't be afraid to ask for help, number one. Don't be afraid, number two, to allow people to help you with this energy either. You have the Hierophant here, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. It's kind of like a graduation energy. Some of you could literally have just graduated from like school or something like that, but the Hierophant, he can represent like going through 3 stages of something and then finally graduating. The Seven of Pentacles is kind of like a change in direction as well. It's kind of interesting to have this like Seven of Pentacles here with this Three of Pentacles, which has this flower on it, right? Because traditionally on the Seven of Pentacles, there's a guy who's looking at the Seven Pentacles, and he's kind of like asking, is the juice worth the squeeze, as I love saying, right? That's basically what he is wondering when he's looking at those Seven Pentacles. He's like saying, is it worth it? Is this worth my time, effort, and energy to work on this thing that I'm working on? Is it worth it for me to create whatever I've been creating? So it's like, that's kind of like what I feel you're asking yourself here with this energy. And that could be why you're changing your journey. I feel like all your readings are the same, Libra. I feel like the truth is, the simple fact of the matter here is that you are potentially looking for a change. And sorry, my dog is setting off my camera right now. So let me just turn that off so that it doesn't distract me here. But anyway, I feel like the simple fact of the matter is you're ready for a change. You do have the Tower here as well. And by the way, it's 10-10. How crazy is that when she sets it off? 10-10 there, Libra. That could be an important number for you. But I feel like there is some sort of change. Again, back on track here. Sorry, the dog is very distracting, right? But dogs are distracting, of course. But what I would say here is that I feel like there's more. It's like you're expanding. You're thinking of something bigger. I always get the story for you, Libra, that it's like maybe you have a career, maybe you have a job or a business, but there's something much, much bigger that you could be doing. And I feel like it's something that, and maybe that's what the fear is, right? It's like if you're doing something that could put you in the limelight or could put you in the spotlight, that could be like a little fearful. That could, maybe you want to take a leadership position in your career. Maybe you want to get into a management role or something like that. Or maybe you want to start a business, which would get you a lot of attention. It's like that can be a little bit scary for sure. But you have the Seven of Swords here. You have the Six of Cups here as well. And the Wheel of Fortune, things are definitely changing. These are like major significant changes that are coming in for you here. That Seven of Swords and the Six of Cups, I feel, is a very normal feeling that people are feeling right now. I feel like people are kind of like in this zone where they could be feeling like they're you know, it's like things aren't the way they used to be, you know, and the Six of Cups can just represent nostalgia, right? It doesn't have to represent someone coming back from the past and all that other stuff. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, although I feel like you're very attractive at this time with the Empress here. I would call this, you know, again, the readings this week have been more big picture readings. They've been more about, like, you. So I feel like this is all about you, Libra. But what I would say here is that I feel like it's kind of like that feeling of, like, thinking, like, oh, my life used to be easier, or, you know, or it's like maybe you are thinking about accepting a management role at work, but you're like, I'm going to have all these extra responsibilities. So, you know, I feel like you're kind of thinking about that. The Seven of Swords kind of says, like, don't trick yourself out of something that could be good for you. Again, Seven of Swords can represent lying, cheating, stealing, but it can also represent needing to not take things so seriously. He has polka dots all over his cloak here on this card. Polka dots in the tarot represent needing to not take things too seriously, needing to, you know, needing to not be so serious about everything, you know, needing to realize that not every disaster is a true disaster. And I'm saying that because you have the Tower here, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I feel there is a turnaround coming in for you here, Libra. You have the Four of Swords here, Libra, so I do feel you are kind of going through a little bit of a recovery at this time, or there is a recovery that is happening for you with this energy, so I definitely like to see that. I feel that, like, if things have been very heavy for a long time, it's almost like I'm seeing this more as, like, a little bit of a dip, right? As, like, kind of like a break, or maybe that's not the right word. It's almost like I feel like you've been on a very long journey with that journey card, and it's almost like you've been driving for a really long period of time, and there's finally that rest stop, right, where you've probably been having to go pee for hours, and it's like you finally get to go, right? It's like, the relief. And that was graphic, but that's also what I'm getting off of this card here, Libra, is some major relief. You have the Tower, the Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Again, I didn't even notice that you have the Four of Swords twice here in this row, so definitely recovering from a Tower moment here, Libra. I feel I'm getting some sort of D word on the Tower. I keep wanting to say destination, but I'm gonna let it go, and then if it comes back into my head, then I know it's intuitive. But what I would say here is that, number one, the Tower can represent a move, but I feel that there has been, like, destruction maybe in your life where something was totally reduced. You have this card here, the Coyote Spirit. It says trust in divine detours. So I do feel that this, if you have experienced some sort of Tower loss recently in your life, I would say over the last 6 months or so, I do feel this was something that was kind of like meant to happen, because it's actually leading you towards something much, much greater, obviously, is what this last row is saying. You have the King of Cups here. Could have been a breakup or a separation. You have the Judgment card here as well. Then, you know, in a lot of ways, going from the Three of Wands to the Judgment card is waking up to your true purpose. It is like, you know, it is discovering your purpose, basically, that combination right there. And you have the Six of Swords moving on to calmer shores. So things are definitely improving after a Tower moment. What I will say is that the Tower and the Judgment card together, to me, is a major, significant revelation. You know, to me, those two cards together is like a big wake-up call, a major revelation, because the Tower can represent a sudden revelation. Normally, there's a lightning bolt that's hitting the top of the Tower, and it can, you also have the Judgment card, which can be a wake-up call. The lightning bolt to the top of the Tower can represent like a light bulb moment where you just have some sort of sudden realization that maybe something isn't right, or that you need to release something, or that you need to let something go, or maybe you're waking up to some sort of uncomfortable truth here. But, number one, I would say you're kind of protected. The King of Cups, he is sitting in choppy waters. You have moving on from choppy waters right here with the Six of Swords. But he is sitting in choppy waters here, and he is perfectly fine. He does not care what is going on around him. He is kind of like maintaining his own state. And so, in a lot of ways, it's like you could be seeing things falling down around you, but as long as you keep a positive state, you will be fine, is what I feel like this is saying. I definitely get a major release. Like I said, I mean, you know, it's ridiculous, but the best way I could describe it is like having to pee for hours and finally, you know, pulling off the side of the road to like some sort of rest stop and getting to go. It's like that release. Like I feel some sort of major release here in this row, and for a lot of you it could be a person, but for others I feel it's more like, you know, I feel that it's more like rules and regulations, and I say that because of the Hierophant. So kind of like this reading is leading me towards freedom for you, Libra. You could be being set free from the rules and regulations of your family or a group of people, I feel, as far as Hierophant is concerned. Because the Hierophant is like traditions, but it could be like one of those things where it's like maybe you've lost a job or you are releasing a job here. And the reason it's a release is because it's like you no longer have to follow their rules anymore. And so it's like it feels a lot better than you thought it was going to feel, right? It's been a bumpy road, right? You've been driving for hours, like I said, and it's been probably pretty bumpy, but it's like you're finally getting that release. And the relief is what I'm getting here of being free from something. This could also be rules that your family wants you to follow. And again, I'm not saying you're cutting out your family or anything like that, but sometimes in our lives, I think we just have to say, you know what? I'm going to live my life because family is always trying to live our lives for us. But, most of the time I think family does this to, protect us. But I feel like in a lot of ways, you're kind of setting yourself free. You have this Trust in Divine Detours card, again, this Coyote spirit. So I definitely like to see that. You have this Llama spirit. It says, growth is never easy. Have faith and trust that journey. You cannot make, are you kidding me? Libra, there you go. I feel like you just need to trust that you're being led in the right direction. How crazy is that? I didn't even know that's what this card said. And you have the Journey card. You have the Trust in Divine Detours. So I feel like you just need to trust that you're on the right path. Are you kidding me, Libra? This is amazing. Definitely very good for you. You have the Knight of Swords, the Empress, and the Sun. A lot of happiness coming in for you here, and definitely being set free. I feel like you are, the Empress is kind of like going from winter to spring, and it is a card of abundance. And here's the Sun right here. So it's like there's your springtime. There's your happiness, growth, warmth, right? It's like you're stepping into this much better energy here, Libra, where things are just more free. Is kind of like what I'm getting. Let's dig into this a little bit more. You have the Tower again. So again, something shocking. I definitely wouldn't rush here with the Knight of Swords, because having the Tower twice with the Knight of Swords could be one of those things where you're just trying to run away from something. So I feel like you need to not run away from something here, and I feel like you need to kind of like face something head on, is what this is saying. So it's like if you're dealing with any Tower moments, if you're dealing with any challenges or anything like that, it's like all of your growth is coming from the, from the challenge. So it's like don't run away from something that could be a little bit challenging. You have the Four Swords, definitely going through recovery. Four Swords 3 times. Are you kidding me? And you have the Four Wands, freedom. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Libra, Four Wands is the card of freedom. It is a card of a celebration, but it is a card of being set free. For some of you, I feel like you need to like rip the Band-Aid off, is honestly what I'm getting with that Tower. It's like you could see something that is a Tower moment. You know it's going to suck, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat the Tower twice in a reading. But I feel like you see something that is going to suck, but, it's like if you just rip it off, I feel like it's not going to hurt as much. For some of you, I feel it's pretty simple. For some of you, it could be delaying a breakup, for example. It's like maybe you're with a person, it's just not right, but it's like you don't want to experience the pain. I feel like this is saying, at the end of pain is success. So I feel like it's time for you to rip the Band-Aid off. For others, maybe your job isn't right and you need to quit. And like I said, there might be a bumpy road, or you've been on this bumpy road, right? Where it's like you got to pee, but it's been bumpy and you're waiting for a place to go, right? And the good news is, I feel like it's like right there, I feel like you see the whatever you call it, the gas station, the place where you can go. I don't know, right? It's like a golden throne. Let's put it that way. And I feel like you see it coming. It's like you see your pull off is coming very soon. So it's like the rest area is coming up with the Four Swords 3 times. But I do feel like the faster you rip the Band-Aid off, the quicker you're gonna get to go. And this is a crazy reading, but whatever. Let's see. So what is, like, where's this going? And you do have the Sun and the Four Wands, so it's like you are setting yourself free from something that has been a burden. Like I feel all these things flowing through me right now, and it's like one of those things where I think in the future you're gonna be saying, why didn't I just choose the Tower so much longer ago? It's like I feel like you're saying to yourself, why didn't I rip the Band-Aid off a long time ago? You have the Ten of Pentacles. This is what you're going to be receiving. Ten of Pentacles, major success, major abundance. You have the Eight of Wands, quick success, quick abundance, moving forward very quickly. Damn, I like this reading, Libra. And this Seven of Wands, card of conviction. Seven of Wands says, ooh, I'm getting chills in this reading. Seven of Wands says there is no turning back, because the Seven of Wands, it's like defending your position at the top of a hill, but it's you drawing a line in the sand. For some of you, I'm almost getting star vibes here, where it's kind of like you're seeing that something is possible. The star says that if something is possible for one person, it's possible for you. Normally, the star, she's pouring water into her pool, but she's also pouring the water onto the land. And it represents that if something is possible for one person, it's possible for you. And so for some of you, like the thing that you're breaking away from here with that Hierophant is like maybe your family wants you to go to college and, you know, have a career. I feel like I say this to you every single reading that I do for you. It's the same message, Libra, but I mean, it makes sense. If you're working on something for a long time, you know, it makes sense that the same message would come up. But I feel like if maybe your family wants you to go to college and get a career, but maybe you see something else as possible, right? It's like, it's kind of hard to ignore that your heart is in a different place. And that's what I'm getting here. Same thing in a love relationship as well. It's like maybe you're in a relationship with a person who's very traditional, but you don't want that. Or maybe you do want that. I don't know. You know, it's up to you, right? It's your life, as I've been saying. So it's like you see something now as possible, and something is like hard to ignore. Seven of Wands is really a very decisive energy when you think about it, because Seven of Wands kind of tells me that you've already made up your mind, even if you feel like you haven't. I feel like your thoughts are constantly going like this, flashing, wake up call. Right here, your true destiny, it's like flashing energy here, Libra, and it's like there's something you just can't ignore, right? 10 of Pentacles, are you kidding me? Like, you know, happiness, best card in the deck. I mean, one of the best cards in the deck, and here you go, here's the other one, 10 of Cups. This is like one of my favorite combinations, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. It is like your dream life, everything you desire to have. Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, right? Same thing. How crazy is that? I was talking about the combination between Judgment and the Tower, and it's like, and I was talking about the combination between the Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune, and you have all three in this row. Amazing. So Fortune after difficulty, the Sun. Are you kidding me, Libra? And what's this going to be? Page of Swords, new life. So yeah, in a lot of ways, I feel like you need to get curious about something else that you see as possible. It's like one of those things, the story that keeps popping into my head is, it's like if you're raised a certain way, like if your family raises you to go to college and get a job and all that, like that's what's normal to you. You think, and if you don't, if you start thinking about something else, like if you start dreaming about having a business, or maybe your family lives in one area and they're really close, but you want to move away, you know, that could be a little foreign to you. You could be thinking to yourself, that's very scary, and it is. I'm not saying it's not, but also at the same time, it's like the universe is saying, hey, there are all these experiences you need to have outside of what you have always known. So it's like, go and do it. And that's what I feel like you're doing, Libra, because again, I feel like it's impossible for you to ignore. But I love this reading for you. Definitely a lot of happiness and kind of like abundance coming in for you. You're going to have to rip the Band-Aid off, right? It's like maybe you're going to have to tell your family you're dropping out of college. Maybe you're going to have to tell your family that you're moving away. And it's probably going to hurt. But this is what you have to look forward to here, Libra. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Sun, 8 of Wands. Are you kidding me? Amazing. So thank you for being here, Libra. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Libra, and definitely enjoy your week.